Hello and welcome to this video on differentiating functions with two or more terms, but actually it's about harder expressions which include fractions and or brackets. So in the previous video we looked at how to differentiate when we have more than one term. In this video we might have a fraction, for example, or a pair of brackets, whatever it might be, and we need to rewrite it as an expression which has individual terms. So in our first worked example, we've got to split up our fraction into separate terms. So we have y equals x squared plus 3 over root x. Root x is the same as x to the half, so it's x squared plus 3 over x to the half, and then we can rewrite that as x squared over x to the half plus 3 over x to the half. X squared over x to the half is x to the 3 over 2 by subtracting the indices, and 3 over x to the half by definition is 3x to the negative a half. And once we've got that far, then we're allowed to differentiate it. So differentiating the first term, we get 3 over 2x to the half, and then differentiating 3x to the minus half, we get minus 3 over 2x to the power of negative 3 over 2. In our second worked example, we're expanding brackets. We have y equals x squared x minus 3, and once again that's not in the form we want it to be. But if we expand the brackets to get x cubed minus 3x squared, then we have two individual terms which we can now differentiate, and we get 3x squared minus 6x. In our third worked example, we're just being warned that often people get confused by numbers when they go in denominators. So if you have y equals 1 over 3x, it's very common to see people write 3x to the minus 1, but the 3 is also to the power of minus 1, so it's actually a third of x to the minus 1, and then once we differentiate that, we get negative a third times x to the minus 2. For our final worked example, we have all three things going on at once. We have a fraction, we have brackets, and we have a number on the denominator. So looking at the numerator, x plus 4 all squared can be expanded to x squared plus 8x plus 16. 2 root x is the same as 2x to the half. And then dividing each of the terms on the top by 2x to the half gives us a half of x to the 3 over 2 plus 4x to the half plus 8x to the negative a half. And then we can differentiate each of those. So a half times 3 over 2 is 3/4, giving us 3/4 x to the half plus 2x to the negative a half minus 4x to the power of negative 3 over 2. Thank you very much.